about the Gazette notification offered issued today, which had actually the gazetted notice for economic policies and plan implementation. So actually the thing is here, the specific subjects are like Gama Samaga Pilisandara Rural Development Program coordination, monitoring the cost of living and flow of goods, related programs, and implemented people-centric development and alleviation of poverty. And green socio-economy and sustainable solutions for climate change, and also I think it has conformity of the government economic policy plan implementation to law acts and parliament laws, acts and ordinances, and also projects under the national budget as well. So I think this and also it relates to the policy statement of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, Vistas of Prosperity and Splendor. So I think these five areas are assigned for this Ministry of Policy Planning, Implementation and gazetted as by the government today as Economic Policies and Plan Implementation Gazette. Well, this gazetting is very narrow-minded because it relates only to the President Gotabaya's the document for the country, which is called National Policy Statement of President Gotabaya, that is Vistas of Prosperity and Splendor. It doesn't refer to a national policy statement. It narrowly focuses only on the President Gotabaya Rajapaksa's Vistas of Prosperity and Splendor national policy statement. But rather than that, because what will happen is once President Gotabaya carries this out, if he loses the next election, this Gama Samaga Pilisandara program, everything will be scrapped, and someone else will come and do another program, that will either rename this Gama Samaga Pilisandara to another name, as Janasaviya changed to Samurdhi, later changed to Divinaguma, etc. Like that people, political parties do. So this won't help the country. What Sri Lanka needs is a national plan which has to be passed by the parliament. A specific now, for example, when President Mahinda Rajapaksa's time, he develops Oluvil port, and he develops Hambantota port. But when an opposition, presidential candidate or a parliament comes, they will go on, develop some other port, disregarding other ports, what had already been done by President Mahinda Rajapaksa. So like this, these even fisheries harbors, they promote in areas the government supporters live. And another government comes, they support some other fisheries harbors. Then there is a big problem, too many fisheries harbors without any planning. That is why a national plan must be prepared to identify the strategic, going back to tactical and operational importance, and then cost effective using our economic resources as to what to produce, how to produce, whom to produce, when to produce. Without depending on the plantation crops, tea, rubber, any longer, we have to go for a best option to use what to produce, based on our land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship available in the country, and then decide the best way to do this, and then pass it and make it a law. And then every year, as the national budget is already make law every November by the parliament, then that national budget must support this national development plan, which will be equally applicable to all governments, disregarding any other, special political nationalist, national, the national policy statements which the politicians can introduce, but that must support only the national development plan which had been already enacted by the parliament by then. Now, for example, President Gotabaya's national policy statement is called Vistas of Prosperity and Splendor. So such things can continue. Any other candidate can introduce such things in future, but that must be in line to support the national development plan already enacted by the Parliament of Sri Lanka.